My project is about a microscope and a telescope, a projector as well. More accurately, it's the combination of all three devices in one package. While brainstorming designs for an optical device, I had designed all three devices. After designing them, I thought to myself, what is the difference between the three? Speaking technically, the only differences lay in the number of lenses and their position. So I thought, why not just build a system that could be quickly and easily adapted to all three? The idea started from an adjustable microscope where both lenses and the slide could be adjusted. Let's take a look at that first. We have one 12-inch long track. Let's just add some color first to make it pop. Right, so the track is one single solid component. The slide holder and both lenses can be freely moved up and down the track. This guarantees that the product will work and that all that needs to be done is the lenses moved to the correct locations. By using this strategy, instead of fixing the lenses in place, you are able to adjust your focus and zoom easily. The product is also very versatile, and if one piece breaks, you can easily replace it without having to replace the entire part. While designing this, I was able to take advantage of its versatility. I manufactured the product according to the lens dimensions and focal lengths of the lenses that would have been provided at school. Unfortunately, due to the circumstances, we were not able to obtain these lenses. However, luckily when I was cleaning up my room, I found this VR headset where you insert your phone and supported apps and games will look as if they were in 3D. It is similar to Google Cardboard if you know about that. Just before I was about to throw it out, I realized it had lenses I could use. Excited, I broke open the device and extracted the lenses. I went to test the device, but unfortunately when I went to pop the lenses in the lens holders, they were simply too big. But not to worry. Because of how the product was designed and modeled, I simply changed the dimensions on the holder and it updated across the entire model and did not break anything. I then refabricated and had bigger lens holders within 15 minutes. The reason I was able to do this was because of the flexibility of the design. As you will see in a little bit, a bigger lens holder is far from the range of products that can fit on this rack. So, that'll be my design. An adjustable microscope. I later got feedback that the design had to be more unique and stand out from its competitors. Thinking about my design, I definitely saw this. So, I looked back on all my previous designs. I got my inspiration to make it more portable from the assembled telescope. Let's take a look at that really quickly. Let's skip ahead a bit until when the product is actually assembling. So here we can see the pyramid-shaped chamfers entering the holes. The important thing here is that it's a snap joint, which means it's held together due to friction. This is what I was going to take with me to make the new rail that was much more portable for the microscope. I will show you those new rails for version 2 in just a second, but let's take it one step at a time. At this point, the product was still not going to be a 3-in-1, just a flexible, versatile microscope. Of course, that's not good enough. When looking at implementing the telescope like portability, I also realized that there's not much difference between the telescope and microscope. I mean, if I just made another lens holder and positioned the lens correctly, my microscope could also be a telescope. At this point, I got the idea to make the 3-in-1 that was assembled and easy to transport. Side note, in the clip above of a retracting microscope I designed, that only requires 2 lenses. The way the lenses are secured seem to be held more snugly than in the current design, which did not stop them from falling out the top. This is because it was initially designed to be laid flat down for a mounted microscope. However, this will not suffice for a handheld telescope or a horizontally laid out projector. Okay, so as promised, the new and improved rails. They will seamlessly integrate with the old ones, as all connecting points have remained standard. This clip started just where we left off at the end of version 1 for the product, when it was still a microscope with a fixed solid rail. What you're seeing here is still only a microscope, but it now has the new portable snap-fit rail design. So here you can see them laid out cascading style. In a second, we will put them all side by side and you'll be able to see how portable they are. Despite having such a long form, they were able to contract down into a much smaller size, so that now they're much smaller than the original, but can extend much higher when you need it to. And just in a second here, you'll see it re-expand out with a perspective of the original microscope, and you'll see that it's much larger, and that all the components are able to easily and seamlessly switch to the new rail system because of the standard flexible design. With all the required components for the telescope already designed, I started working on making a projector add-on to the track. So the only additional thing that the projector needed was some way to mount the phone. The rest was a lens holder, which we already had from the microscope, and which a new improved version was coming along. And a box, which could be anything, like a shoebox for example. So that will be supplied by the user. So both of those things were already in our possession. When designing a phone holder, I kept in mind how it would attach to the overall rail system. I then added a sliding rail so that the phones of many sizes can be securely and tightly held without the need for tape, glue, or magnets. The way it works is 2 pyramid-shaped indents at the sides of the sliding rail and at the top of the holder are hubs for rubber bands. Rubber bands would apply constant pressure, ensuring the phone is snugly held. Something to note is that the rubber bands are not included in the CAD. So, this is version 2, with all its components. we'll be going through the microscope, telescope, and projector. Right now, by adding two lenses, the base and slide holder, we've completed the microscope. Adding another track and a lens holder, and removing the base and slide holder, we get the telescope. Then, removing both tracks and lenses, as well as sliding lens 1 down, and adding the phone holder, we get the projector. Something to note is version 2 still uses the old lens holders. In version 3, they will be updated to use the more secure lenses found in the retracting telescope that only has two lenses, mentioned previously. So that's it for version 2. You can see all the components laid down beside each other. It's a small package when disassembled, and forms a multi-purpose, versatile tool when fully assembled. Here you can see the design of the new lens holder. It is much more secure and is the exact replica of the lens holder from the retracting telescope. This lens holder is included in the new version 3 system, but can be bought separately for the version 2 system, and as with all our products, will easily and seamlessly integrate. This is version 1 in real life, manufactured through the use of a 3D printer, as with all the parts. It is great for quick prototyping, and it is fitted with the new, larger lenses. This is a prototype for version 2 adjustable snap fit rails. It's actually only 1/3 the scale because it was only used for quick prototyping. Here you can see me trying to place the lens on, and in just a second you'll be able to see it. There it is. The lens perfectly fits in the larger lens holder. But here's the issue I was demonstrating before. It easily falls out the top. Now, watch as the original lens holder is too small for the lens to fit in. When trying to place it, it only reaches the outer circle and is not able to go inside. However, with the larger lens holder, it has no problems fitting in. So that's our product and its design process. The product is easy for you to take anywhere you want, and you only have to bring the pieces and length of track that you need for the given task. It is versatile and lets you use custom lens holders without changing the functionality of the product. Also, if new products come out in the future, such as the new and improved lens holders, you will not have to change your whole system as they will be compatible with the existing rail structure you have. So buy our versatile, flexible, powerful, and multi-purpose system. Why would you buy anything else?